Hello everyone. Today in this lecture we are going to start with unit number 2. Till the point we have finished our unit number 1 as well as unit number 3. So here in this unit number 2 it is based on geometric modeling. It is based on geometric modeling, and here in this geometric modeling this particular unit is divided into 3 sections. First section is based on curves, where we are going to see the different types of curves and numerical based on these curves. So first section for this is based on curves. So first curves, we are having the numerical treatment also for this curve. Second one is for surfaces, and third we are going to see the solids. So in case of this unit, first we will cover the theory about the curves, what are the different types of curves, how to use, when to use the different types of curve. All these things we are going to cover in the theory parts. Then in next lecture we will start with the numericals on the curves. So and after that some theory part is there related to solid, and most of the commands that you must have used in case of your second year practical CATIA. So that commands we are going to see and learn again in theory, as well as we will try by using software also. So curves are the important entities in the geometric modeling of any object. Different types of 2-dimensional as well as 3-dimensional curves are used as a wireframe entities in case of wireframe models also. So how curves are represented? So there are two types by which curves are represented. So we will write here and try to understand the different representation of curves. So there are two methods of representation. There are two methods. First one is non-parametric. First representation is non-parametric representation. It is also known as generic representation. Generic representation. And second one is known as parametric representation. Depends on some parameter. Now we will see in detail what is non-parametric, what is parametric representation. So there are two ways of representation of curve. First one is a non-parametric and second one is a parametric. Now let's understand what parametric representation means. In non-parametric or generic representation, the curve is represented as relationship between x, y, z. Curve is represented as a relationship between x, y as well as z. So let's take an example of ellipse. What is the equation for ellipse? You must have learned, and x square upon a square is equal to y square upon b square is equal minus 1 is equal to 0. This is an equation for ellipse. So here this particular ellipse is represented between the relationship between x square and y square. So this kind of representation of curve is known as non-parametric representation, where the curve is represented as relationship between x, y as well as z. Whereas in case of parametric representation, the curve is not represented as relationship between x, y, z, but it is represented as function of some independent parameter u. So here function of some independent parameter u is used, and it acts as a local coordinate of point on any curve. Suppose here is one curve is there. So here value of u will be 0, value of u will be 1 here, value of u is equal to 0. For example, 0 point is here. So all the coordinates are represented as function of this independent parameter u. So how we will get the value of x? It is f of u, function of this independent parameter, and for y there will be g of u. So some examples of this the parametric representation: x is equal to cos theta. We are getting in terms of some theta value we are getting. Y is equal to here r cos theta, r sin theta. So these are the examples of parametric representation where any curve is represented as not as a relationship between xyz but as a function of some independent parameter. So many times in exam also this comparison of parametric as well as non-parametric is asked. So the basic comparisons are: first, comparison relationship of xyz in case of non-parametric curve, and in case of parametric curve it is represented as some independent parameter u. Second comparison, you can write that in parametric representation form of curve is xyz, function of xyz, but in case of parametric equation it is represented as x is equal to fu, y is equal to g of u, and you can write the examples that we have seen. You can write these examples. So there, at least it is expected you must write the 3 valid points. So these are the 3 valid points of the non-parametric and parametric differentiation. So after this we will see in detail what are the different forms of non-parametric equation. There are again 2 type of non-parametric representation. There are 2 types of non-parametric representation. First one is the explicit. Now let's understand what is explicit. Explicit non-parametric representation, and second one is implicit. Now in case of explicit non-parametric representation, suppose any point P having the equation xy, having the coordinates as xy. Now what exactly happened in case of explicit non-parametric representation? This particular y point, this particular y coordinate can be calculated after the putting value of x. So how it will be represented? This x coordinate we know, and this y coordinate is depend on the function of x. So in this case p is equal to x and y coordinate is calculated as it is depend on f of x. So this is known as explicit non-parametric representation. So in case of line equation we have already seen y is equal to mx plus c. The unit number 1 we have seen this equation, as well as we have solved the numerical which were based on the line. So here y is equal to mx plus c, many times we put the value of x to find out the value of y. So this is a simple example of explicit non-parametric representation. Whereas in case of implicit, at every point they are independent. Here x, y, z, function of x, y, z will be independent, as well as function of any parameter, they will be independent. So this is about the non-parametric representation. 2 types: explicit non-parametric representation as well as implicit parametric representation. Now we will see the different types of curves. There are 2 major types of curves. So we will now see the different types of curves. Till the point we have seen the representation of curve. Now we are going to see the types of curves. There are 2 major types of curve which are used in case of modeling. First one is the analytical, and second one is a synthetic curve. Now in case of analytical curves, curves which are defined by analytical equations, curves which are defined by analytical equations are known as analytical curves. So here the analytical equations are used to define that particular curves. For example, lines, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola. For all these curves, line, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, certain equations are available, and by using this particular equation we can define the particular curve. So these kinds of curve, line, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, are known as analytical curves. Now, what are the different applications of analytical curves? These particular curves are used to represent the profiles of various engineering entities and the components. In modeling also, many times we need lines, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola to draw any object. Whereas in case of synthetic curves, the curve is not represented by analytical equations, but it is defined of set of data points. Now, what is the meaning of set of data points? For example, there is something curve like this. Now, for this curve, if we are having these 4 coordinates with us, coordinate number 1, coordinate number 2, coordinate number 3, coordinate number 4, having some values of x and y. So now this particular curve is not defined by any analytical equation, but it is defined with the help of these data points 1, 2, 3, 4. These kind of curves are known as synthetic curves. Now, various types of synthetic curves are known as cubic spline. Cubic splines are used. In CATIA also, you must have used in drafting spline command. It is defined by the set of data points. B-spline. It is a type of synthetic curve. Then Bezier curves. This is also a type of synthetic curve. Now, where these synthetic curves are exactly used? Now, they are used to represent profile of car bodies. In car bodies, we are having some extremely aerodynamic shapes. Now, these are not the lines, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola. We cannot create that particular curve using this any existing line, parabola, hyperbola. But here, these synthetic curves are used. Similarly, aeroplanes, wings, propeller blades, shoe insole, bottles, here in all these synthetic curves are used. So, in this particular lecture, we have seen the 2 types of representation of curves. First one was the non-parametric, second one was the parametric equation. As well as we have seen the different types of curve. First type of curve is analytical curve, and second one is synthetic curve. In analytical curves are represented as by using analytical equations, whereas in synthetic curves these are defined by set of data points. Now in next lecture we will see the different types of analytical curves like lines, circle, circular arc, ellipse, parabola, hyperbola, and we will see the derivation, as well as for each and every type of curve we will solve the different numericals. So in this lecture we will stop here. Thank you so much. Put your name in the comment section so that I will consider it as your attendance. Thank you so much. Have a good day.